Hello everybody, this is Ruler of Ice and welcome back to Let's Play the TALOS Principle 2. Now I'm going to continue where I left off last time, so let's get down to it right now. Already at 5%. Alright, let's go. I hope I can at least get some of the stars. I don't know if I'm going to try and get them all. I'm pretty sure I can't. But who knows? It seems getting the stars in this game is not so straightforward as it was in the first game. That you find one and then try to get to it, and that's it. But here it seems to be some sort of a hidden puzzle. Only one more to get the gate open, but I hope I can still solve the two other puzzles here. Alright. Next is 6. Alternatives. Alright, 2 RGB connectors. 4 RGB connectors actually. And 2 fields. Red and blue emitter. Red and blue emitter. Oh, it's going to be like that. I see. First off, make a green one. The first RGB connector. And then blue and green with the second. And make a red one. There we go. Now this is where it gets complicated, it seems. Oh, and there's a ladder here too, in case the first field gets closed. Nice. No need to reset, it seems. But there is still a button. Sorry, I'm still tired. I've been tired throughout the summer. I don't know why. Actually, I do have an idea why. And it's not because of lack of sleep or anything like that. It's not that. It's something it's a bit worse than that. That's neither here nor there. There we go. Blue and green to make a blue beam. Like that. And then there's a problem. There's a very big problem. Yeah, this is a problem. How do I do this without crossing the beams? Everyone has to be further away. maybe I'll cancel this for now. And then I'll do this. There. How about now? How about actually now? Oh, whoops, didn't mean to do it like that, and I didn't keep the connections. God damn it, And then, with the last RGB connector, connect the green, blue, to make the red one, and here we go, puzzle solved. Just had to make the green go a bit more further than what it was. There, puzzle solved. And this should be the last one to open the gate. There's going to be a lot of messages. Most likely.
The bridge ring seems to be fully charged now. Try accessing the tower, 1K.
Okay. So it's up to me to access the tower. But I won't do it yet. But I will do it in this episode most likely. Yeah, now the portal light is blinking because it's fully charged. However, I'm going to do all the puzzles. It's a bit... I'm a bit confused as to why the last puzzles come towards the goal. Anyway, number 7, self-sufficiency. Alright, 2 red receptacles and one normal connector and one RGB connector, but both are behind fields with pressure plates on them. How do I free either one? Oh, by detaching the fan, of course. Okay. It's clear how this is going to go. I have to determine where I put the normal connector, because it's with RGB connector that I'm going to wait a minute, there's something odd here though. There's something very odd here. How is this supposed to go? Goals, by the way, up top. So my goal is to get the fan working. Here. The question is, how do I do it? There's no way to connect the blue emitter as it is. There's just no way. I think this one is a red hurry. I don't think I actually need that. Or do I? I don't think so. I don't think I do. However, the problem is, how do I connect this? Actually, there is a way. There is a way. However, question is, where do I put this then? Detach the fan and put on a pressure plate with the green emitter. It has to be in here, if I'm not mistaken. There is still a matter. Oh, I do need that second red. I do need it. Oh, whoops. Accidentally exited the puzzle. There is a way actually to do this. But, first take this, I don't need that anymore. Put the fan on the second pressure plate with the blue emitter. Connect the blue emitter. Oh, but there's a problem, immediate problem. There is an immediate problem. Actually, no, there isn't. No, there isn't. I just need to put the RGB connector right here, on the same level as the green connector is. Connect the green connector, and then connect that second, is that red one and that one, and there we go. I already forgot what they're actually called. And there we go. I can take the fan out of the pressure plate, put it back in its own usual place, and then puzzle solved. My way. Here we go.
I can't even get my brain to think like that.
Don't sell yourself short. You did manage the trial, so you do have some thinking power at least. Alright, next 8. The last puzzle in this area. Or at least the last normal puzzle in this area. It is over here. Beautiful music, by the way. Wait, what? What? This doesn't make sense. An infinite frog jump. Number 8 is somewhere here. Oh, it's on a compass. By the way, I should actually check these question marks. One question mark is in the tower, but another one is over here. What is that, by the way?
There's another one of those monuments.
And I see a green receptacle there. And that's the second star. Oh, was the red thing... Was the red thing I saw from Byron's scanner? Probably was. Okay. So there's an open puzzle here. One is... I need to find a green emitter that I can use. That I can actually use on that. What's the second one then? In any case, 80's over there. Let's go. It goes all around. It actually did go all around. I'm near the portal here. If I actually think about it, it should be somewhere around here. Because I haven't seen a green emitter free here. I always seen them inside the puzzle rooms. So maybe there is something similar from the first game. Or maybe there's something I haven't seen yet. Yeah, that's the way to the portal. Wait a minute, have I been to that terminal over there? It is possible there's a green emitter somewhere. Or maybe a blue and red one, and I need an RGB connector. It's hard to say anything. Anyway, let's do it. Last normal puzzle. Entanglement. In this area, that is. If there are 8 normal puzzles in each area, there were, what, 11 or 12 areas? 12 times 8. Oh my god! There are 96 puzzles about. 96 normal puzzles. Alright. There's a fan, a lever for the fan. An RGB connector behind the field. I need a... Oh, it's a pressure plate. Okay. Wait, the fan can be accessed either by a lever... Oh, it needs both. Both the switch... Both the lever or switch and a green B. Oh. Oh, okay, I get it. It's a long beam, huh? Okay. And I need a... Why? I haven't, by the way, seen red one. Here. Wait, what? This doesn't make sense. Wait, this doesn't make sense. How am I supposed to connect the RGB connector here? Oh, it's gonna be very tight. Very tight. Also, there's another problem. there is another problem. Can I detach this? No. No, I can't detach the fan. The red emitter is behind a field too, and the field is open by a pressure plate. So... Oh, wait. Of course, I get it. Connect the normal connector with the blue emitter. There we go. Now the blue beam is extended. And now, use the RGB connector to connect the red emitter and the blue connector to make the green beam. And then free the box. There we go. However, I can't get to the goal with like this. So I still need the box has to be somewhere. The question is which beam will the red connector be in? Oh, that's easy. That is actually easy. Okay, switch places. I switch places. Normal connector with the red emitter. There we go. Put the box on the other pressure plate. There we go. Oh, but there is another problem. There might be another problem, and this is either going to make or break. Oh, but before I actually land it, let's put both the green receptacles lit with this and put the RGB connector on the fan. This is either going to succeed or not. Moment of truth. Yeah, I thought so. God damn it, I thought so. I knew it. There isn't another box, right? No. No, there isn't. Actually... I shouldn't actually even need it like that. Do I? There is a problem. There isn't a ladder here. On either side. So how am I going to put the box in here? Without the field closing. Actually, the answer is quite simple. Take the box away. Move the normal connector, but keep the connections. Let it be here for a while, on the other pressure plate. Then, put the box on the fan. And then, put the RGB converter, keeping all the connections you made, and put it on the box. There we go. It is ready. It is pretty much ready. And I can put the switch on because the green one is lit. And then move the normal connector back to the other pressure plate, still keeping all the connections. There we go. The red beam is free. And now, you yourself go to the other pressure plate and wait. And there we go. Nothing else you need. Puzzle solved. Or at least I would say that. I can't. How? I thought that was the solution. God damn it, it's not. This cage, these bars are blocking the beam. And the puzzle is not solved. That's why it's called entanglement. This is not over. But there's a problem. I can't cut the red beam anymore. If I do, then that thing is going to fall. But how else am I supposed to get the get the green beam in here? It's not going to work because this is going to happen. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a huge problem. It would be so easy if I had a second connector. Any connector would do. But this doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? This is not good. Why? Just why? Also, I just had a thought, but I don't think it'll work. It won't work. Or would it? Wait a minute. Wait. I had a thought. It won't solve this puzzle. But there is a way to get the star probably. There is a way to get the star probably. Wait a minute, how do I do this? How did I do this now? Connect that. That. And then that over there. It may not open this gate, this field, but it will most likely solve that star. Keep connections here. Connect the red one. Make it float. Wait a minute, is that it? Did I actually solve it so that it... Nope, there it is. So
When the first man picked up the first stone, he did not do so to forge a tool. He did so to smite his brother.
A Pandora? Huh? 1K stars. Another mystery to solve. I've discovered what seems like another mystery to solve. Stars. Clearly inspired by the simulation, which I gained by solving puzzles related to these monuments to Pandora, Prometheus, and the Sphinx. Wait, there are 3 things? Perhaps these stars are somehow related to what you could dub the astronomical temple? You mean those golden gates? Maybe so, but if so, the other statue doesn't make sense because
I think that was more like a recording. The entity didn't appear, and the system didn't react either.
Stars. Another reflection of the simulation.
Yeah, except these didn't look like the stars in the simulation. They were much more sparkly, for one thing. Alright. I still have to solve that puzzle though. But I am actually stumped. How does this work then? How does this work? I don't have a second connector of any kind. So I have no way to connect this. I'm gonna try something, but I don't think it'll work either. Oh, I didn't mean to actually disconnect it entirely. Oh well. Keep the connections here. Connect that. Even though that's useless. It opens this one, but there's nothing here. There's absolutely nothing here. I need to make it so that this... Why does it need a green one? Why not a blue one? Or something like that. Because there's really no other way. I don't see any other way for this to work. One other way would be, but even that won't work. Because the normal connector is connected to the red emitter. I might actually need a hint here. This is not so easy as I thought. God damn it, I actually thought it would work, but it doesn't. It doesn't work. And there's no other emitter here. Yeah, this is a problem. Oh, I just thought, and it might just work. It might just work. God damn it, why didn't I think of that? Keep the connection with the normal connector. Oh, no, now I dissolved it. Oh well, it's okay. Keep connections with the RGB converter. Pick it up. And connect this. Connect the red emitter. There. With this, it should become self-sufficient. Put it back on the box. And now, I have to make it float. With the normal connector, connect the red emitter and RGB connector. Put it on the pressure plate. There we go. Go and stand on the pressure plate yourself. And there we go. There we go. Now it should be self-sufficient. I can safely take this out. There we go. Yes. Yes. Yes! And now, connect the RGB connector, which is green, to the green receptacle, and there we go, puzzle solved. Return to the puzzle for second attempt. Oh, because I left.
Odd. 1K solved all the puzzles in this area, but nothing happened. There was a brief blip in the system, though. Maybe it'll do something later. There has to be some sort of point.
That's what I am thinking too. But that was the last normal puzzle. There's still the golden puzzle. This. However, I can't get there until I get to the structure. It always feels so satisfying to be able to solve the puzzle without relying on hints or a walkthrough. In any case, time to enter the structure then. The second star is over there. However, before I actually go to the gate, I want to check something from that statue. I actually do want to check something from that statue. Good thing these waters are shallow, by the way. because I didn't check the statue here. But there is something to be emitted here. And this is, by the way, Prometheus. Statue of Prometheus. Yeah. All this has is a hint. Find my sprite and follow it until it leads you back to me. Follow it until it leads you back to me. I'm really thinking that this one gives you a hint where that sprite is. And it's right at the structure. Also, there is one more thing here. I just noticed it down the comments. There's a question mark. What is that question mark? I'll go check it out quickly. Oh, it's probably the terminal. It's a terminal. So I haven't been to that terminal. Yeah, it's the terminal. Nice. So even the terminals are shown on the compass. There's a question mark at first. Let's download. So what is this then? Livtrasir by error. Still an unusual name. From Lives of the First Companions by Randall 777. Sorry. Livtrasir is perhaps the most mysterious of the first companions, a wanderer and mystic by nature. He would venture far from New Jerusalem on his own, recording his thoughts as he explored harsh and distant lands. These recordings garnered him a group of devoted followers to whom he tried to impart his wisdom. 5358. There's that number again. 5358. Is that a corruption? But I would say normally that's a corruption. But that's a number that keeps popping up. In a troubled time following the founder's disappearance, Livtrasir and his disciples set out on a journey to reach the opposite end of the world by foot. They have not been heard from since. Well, of course not. The world is big. If you try to walk the earth around, it takes months to get there. Months, if not years. And that's only if you go straight line. Sound file. Alright, let's listen to it.
There is a pleasure in arriving on this island. The pleasure of being the first to step foot here in hundreds of years. It is a genuine pleasure, and yet it is also banal. My presence here is of no more significance than that of every other animal. These rocks do not care who walks here, and the millennia between the presence of our ancestors and my brief journey are nothing to them. But even putting it this way is wrong. It is not that the rocks do not care, it is that in some sense they do not exist. I may stand in awe of the cliffs on the southern coast, but the cliffs cannot look back at me with contempt. They cannot do anything at all.
I guess not, but even rocks are sort of living things. Oh, social media. Livtrasir. So one by Gutta 972. So 1K found a recording of Livtrasir, and what an art recording too. I know he's one of the first companions, but I don't actually know that much else about him. Don't think I've ever seen him around either. Can someone explain? Neum 11. Livrasir always had an unusual perspective, even in the very beginning. He traveled a lot, sometimes leaving for years. He built a kind of mobile recharging station so he didn't need to come back to the city as often, although it was quite risky as the solar panels had a tendency to break rather quickly. But he had no problem taking risks if he felt they were necessary, and exploration was necessary to him. Livrasir would record his thoughts as he explored and then publish them when he returned. Over the centuries, he accumulated a group of admirers, or disciples if you prefer. In a period of crisis surrounding Athena's disappearance, they left the city, headed into the unknown, and we haven't heard from them since. Is the recording I found one of those he published back in the day? No, not as far as I can tell. Perhaps it's something that he decided to shelve, or something he only shared with close friends like Athena. Guta, thank you, that was informative. End of thread. Alright then. Okay. That's something at least. I also like that I have a log. So if I want to read something, find some information, then these might help me. Yeah. The only thing left in this area is the Golden Gate. It's the gold puzzle. It's the gold puzzle there. And the star, of course. Yeah, there are 12. Jesus. If all of them have 8 puzzles, like it seems the next area has 2, there are 96 puzzles in total here. This is going to be a long game. Alright, let's go. Let's go and activate the gate. It's going to lift the bridges or extend them. One or the other. Either extension or lift from the water. I don't think it's lift from the water, it's extended. So, how do I activate this? Oh, you are really got to be kidding me. You are really kidding me. A 3D Tetris puzzle. So I have 3 pieces. Do I actually just rotate on with the right button? I don't think this works. Oh, it does work. Okay, it did work. That was locked. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but okay, it worked.
I don't know if this is relevant, but St. Edwald believed that Tetramenos represented the name of God, and God's ability to reshape the world.
True, but he was also mad as a hatter.
One man's madness is another man's genius.
That's rarely true, but it can be true. Okay, so I have to build 3 bridges in total. 1 down, 2 to go. Okay. Oh, and I can select the piece, so... Yeah, this is not so easy. This is easy right now, in a way, because there's only 3 pieces. But I'm going to take a good guess and say that as the game progresses, this is going to become like 10 pieces of bridge. only two. And both are the same. Oh. Okay, I just need to return to the first plate and it resets. Oh, there we go.
When I was booted up, I was terrible at the Tetromino arrangers.
Those are actually the only ones I was good at. What? I'm just saying.
Really? But this is different from the normal ones. Instead of a door, it's a bridge, and it's a 3D puzzle. In a way, you have to think in 3D here. Who knows? Maybe there's going to be a puzzle that actually requires you to jump up in order to connect another piece. Anyway, this is it. But there's a mystery here that I want to solve before I enter. Namely, the sprite. If it's not underwater, then it has to be somewhere around here. It can be anywhere, actually. Wait. I'm under the stairs. But that doorway is over there. What's over here? Nothing? I guess? I thought that was a secret. Wait, what? What's making that? What's making that reflection? There's no water here. Strange. Alright. Not going to go inside yet. I see a way. I hope. Or not. I'm going to try. I'm going to try. I have to try. I don't know if it is actually here or not. Maybe I really can't even get there. Oh well. Let's go inside. I'll solve it later. So gigantic. Music changed.
Is that some kind of anti-gravity?
I'm not sure. Could be, I guess.
Meaning it's an elevator of sorts. Beam me up, Scotty. Well, there's nothing else really here, so... That was fast. I'm on the top. Whoa!
In the beginning, the god shaped humankind out of the clay of the earth and gave them life with their own breath. But who is closer to perfection? The creator or the created?
That's like asking who is smarter, the computer or the human. It's a matter of... And I've heard this debate before also. Ugh. Anyone ever heard of a series called Once Upon a Time Space by Albert Burrill? I think I mentioned that series before. In that series, there's an actual debate if the created can surpass the creator. There's that debate is there. Creators because they came from nature, to created because they came from art, not chaos. Art can be chaos too. They are the same, but they share the same breath. Created isn't necessarily breathing. Neither they cannot be compared. Neither because perfection is impossible. Ooh, that's a good one. Neither because perfection is impossible. Wait a minute, what was the question? In the beginning, the gods shaped humankind out of the clay of the earth and gave them life with their own breath. Sorry. But who is closer to perfection? The creator or the created? The keyword is closer. Closer to perfection. So it's not a question who is the pinnacle of perfection. It's who is closer to perfection. So the last one isn't a correct answer either. And neither is the first one, although it's a question. What the hell are you talking about, lady? Also, is this Pandora or Sphinx? This seems like a Sphinx, by the way. Because of the wings. They are the same, but they share the same breath. In a way, that is true. In a way, that is true. Because we are created by humans here. And we share their knowledge and all. Although we don't need to breathe like they did. But we do share it. But it's also a bit contradictory. Does a computer breathe? Actually, that's a nice question. Does a computer breathe? Computer has fans. It heats up. Just like humans do. They can get too hot, and so they need cooling off. They need oxygen. Yeah, that's the difference. Humans need oxygen. Computer doesn't need that. They created because they came from art, not chaos. This is hard, actually. What do I believe here? The question is, what do I believe here? I love this because it actually makes me think. It actually makes me think. And it challenges my beliefs. Just like the first game did. I don't think either one is also to perfection, I think they're on the same level. But we can evolve over time, though. We can evolve. The human species is gone here, but we are here. But right now, I would say we are at the start. Even after hundreds of years have passed from the first game, we are still at the same path. And in a way, we are the legacy of humans. So, in a way, we are dragging them with us to perfection. Yeah, it's not one or the other, it's both. They are the same, they share the same breath.
Different words may be spoken with the same breath. When Prometheus saw that humankind was more alike in nature to the gods than to the animals, he stole the secret of fire from Olympus and shared it with the mortals. Was his theft justified?
This is a very nice mythology. That is what mythology says. Prometheus gave the gift of fire to the people. But the other gods of Olympus got angry with him because that was theft and was not rightfully his to give. But here's the thing. When Prometheus saw that humankind was more alike in nature to the gods than to the animals, he stole the secret of fire from Olympus and shared it with the mortals. Was his theft justified? That is a very good question, by the way. And even though it is part of a mythology, it exists. Mythology is created from something, and once it is created, it exists. Whether it actually happened or not. But here, yes, because knowledge belongs to all, knowledge can be destructive. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is either a saving grace or a destructive power. Yes, because parents should not leave their children helpless. In a way that is true. Gods never consider humans to be their children. Not in the sense that we think. No, fire was not for humankind to have. Not a good answer. This is a question of, is the knowledge meant to be shared or closed? Restricted? No, because knowledge must be earned, not given. Oh, that's a nice answer, by the way. That is a nice answer, by the way. Knowledge must be earned, not given. Zeus did not create fire. It was not his to own in the first place. That's also good. That is also good. But like I said, knowledge can be a destructive power. And if it is given just like that to the ignorant or anyone who doesn't know what to do with this said knowledge, and they create their own ways to use it. In other words, knowledge can destroy the world, or it can save it. It's like having a gun. You know how to use the gun. And you know what follows if you use the gun. If you use it, you can use it to take a life, or you can use it to threaten someone and make them go away, but not take their life. It's a matter, again, it's a matter how you use it. But let's say you don't know what the gun is. You don't know what it does. And so you use it. You use it haphazardly. And there you have it. A disaster in the making. A ticking bomb. So, no, because knowledge must be earned, not given.
You have forgotten that all deities reside in the human breast. Angered by the betrayal of Prometheus, Zeus punished humankind by creating Pandora. He gave her a box, and when she opened it, from inside escaped sorrow and suffering. All that remained within was hope. What does this mean?
The mythology of Pandora. Yeah, this was also... I know this mythology. What was the question? He gave her a box. Oh yeah, Pandora was a God-made human who had the box, aka the Pandora's box. And when she opened it from inside, it escaped sorrow and suffering. All that remained within was hope. What does this mean? Hope may still be found if we are willing to look for it. Zeus intended for humankind to have hope. It should have been released. No. Hope is itself an evil, like sorrow and suffering. We are lucky if it did not escape. No. Zeus intended for humankind not to have hope, so it remains trapped. I don't think. We suffer, but we do not anticipate it. This is a blessing as Zeus intended. That would indicate that suffering is a blessing. It's not. But it does make us realize that life is important. Hope may still be found if we are willing to look for it. That is the most sensible answer here, yet I feel that that's wrong. But yeah, in the times of despair and such, if we still have hope in our hearts and anything, hope for a better life, hope for salvation, hope that everything will be alright in the end. The answer seems obvious here, but I feel like it's wrong. It's going to challenge me from that belief. But it is what I believe. So, hope may still be found if we are willing to look for it.
Those who seek hope should ask themselves why it was imprisoned with the world's evils. Creature of clay, you stand before the fire. Will it make you whole, or will it destroy you? Consider the shadows cast by the flame, but do not mistake them for truth.
What an odd riddle. Exactly like the Sphinx.
Guys, look at my stream. The beam 1K activated is connecting to the pyramid.
That looks like a massive amount of power.
Active the tower at the grasslands ring. A group.
We need to talk about what just happened. Thoughts? I'd say there are two distinct issues here. What is the being 1K spoke to, and what is the function of the beam?
Let's start with the Sphinx.
It seems similar to the apparition in New Jerusalem. Presumably the same technology.
What I'd like to know is what we're dealing with, ontologically speaking. Was this a sentient being or some kind of recording?
I don't think it was a recording, because it answered my answers. I think it was sentient. It seemed to react to what I was saying.
That doesn't necessarily mean that it's intelligent.
Let's assume for a moment that 1K is right, and it is intelligent in some sense. What really matters here is what it was trying to achieve by asking those questions.
It seemed sort of threatening, to be honest. No idea. I think it was just being cryptic to annoy me. I have no idea. It was testing me.
Testing you to what? See if you're worthy?
That's an interesting thought. You solve the puzzles, you get access to the towers, you enable a beam, and if you do it 3 times, you get access to the megastructure.
Maybe, but why?
I don't know. It's a mystery. Don't you like mysteries, Al? Everybody likes a good mystery.
You know what I like? Certainty.
We should be careful. We don't know that these apparitions are benign.
I don't disagree, but I still think we should proceed. 1K, keep solving puzzles. The rest of you, as you were.
Activate towers 1 through 3. And it's the eastern one. So, there are 9 beams. There are 12 beams in total. 3 east, 3 south, 3 west, 3 north. There's something here that... I don't know. Oh, I can't go here? Really? Okay. It is strange, though. It is simply strange. I don't think we can do anything else here. But if it was testing me, if I was worthy, or what? And then there's this. Creature of clay, you stand before the fire. Will it make you whole, or will it destroy you? Consider the shadows cast by the flame, but do not mistake them for truth. Just like the real Sphinx, that's a riddle. That is a riddle. The Sphinx always asks riddles. That's its nature. Or that's at least how the mythology describes Sphinx, I think. Either way, there's still the gold puzzle and 1 star. Let's try and follow it back to me. But where is the sprite? statue is over there, but it goes way over here. If I remember correctly. The question is it at the structure or is it beyond the structure? That's also possible. It might be beyond the structure. There it is. I see it. I knew it. If I couldn't get on top of those platforms, then the only answer is beyond. I have to follow it and not lose it. I swear it's going to make me go all around this area.
I think we're done here for now. Let's head over to the next site.
Not yet. We are not done here. Nice try. Oh god, if this is going to be a thing, it might actually be much more complicated than... Luckily, it stops. It doesn't go back. It just needs me to be near it. And it needs me to touch it. There we go, we're going towards the statue. Activate the Prometheus monument without stopping the spot chasing. Oh, it was meant to... Okay, I get it. So one Prometheus monument...
Not all things must be balanced. When good is weighed against evil, tip the scale.
That, in a way... But the idealistic is that the scale is balanced. The good and evil coexist. If one destroys the other, you destroy yourself in the process. That sounded better in my head. That's all the stars. Now there's only one thing left in this area. Before I go to the next one, namely the Golden Gate, aka the Colossal. I like this. The stars and... It is still a puzzle to get the stars, because you don't know. Wait, what is that? What the heck is that? That doesn't seem like it belongs here. Is there a way to get to it? That is actually strange. What is that thing? It doesn't seem like there is a way to get to it in normal way. Oh, wait, there are stairs here. Find one Prometheus spark. Really? Really? Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me it's a secret collectible that I need for a perfect ending. Please don't tell me it's something like that. Also, it didn't appear in my compass at all, so it's hidden. They are hidden. You have got to be kidding me. And how many of them are there in one area? 1, 2, 3, 10? Oh wow, a rabbit! Rabbits still exist. Nice. Oh, yeah. Where's the golden gate? I need to check that. I need to check that thing before I leave. If I can actually do it now. Over here. Right there. Ooh. Really? Wait a minute. Exactly. Is it the stars? Is it actually the stars? Okay, if I'm right, this means that I have to collect stars. And each star opens up a seal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 24 stars. If I'm counting this correctly, and if my theory is correct. And once I have all 24, all the gates will open at the same time. That's what I think. Okay, so that's what it is. I can't do the gold puzzles straight away. I have to come back here. In that case, it's over. For now. Let's go back to the gate. Or however I came here. There's the gate. Didn't I go straight? Yeah, I did. There's the exit. Yeah. Okay. I understand. But that's Prometheus spark. That's a thing. I really hope it's only just one per area. Because if it's multiple, then it's going to be a nightmare to do them. Either way, next area. I'm done now. keep solving puzzles. I guess I go here now. Oh. Oh, I get it. I get it. Okay. Wooded plateau. A heavily forested plateau in a mountainous eastern part of the island. Supports a large deer population. And it's exactly the same as the last one. 8 main puzzles, 2 lost puzzles, 1 gold puzzle, 1 lab, and 2 stars. Alright, travel. Let's go.
Alright, everybody. I'm sure you're all excited to check out the next site. But while you're there, remember that I'm still trying to fix the rest of the transport system. Maybe there's another one of those labs that 1K found. If there is, look for more documentation, please.
Don't worry, I'll search for it. Same structure as the previous one. Already a gate here. And there seems to be only 2 bridges to do here. Alright. This time, there are question marks, but let's do things in order this time. I'm not going to go off the beaten path. I actually think are the question marks terminals only? Or is there do they show the labs too? And the lost puzzles? Either way, I am going to explore. I am not going to go to the tower until I've done all. Alright, let's go. Follow the path. Hello, Alcatraz.
What can I do for you?
What do you make of the Sphinx?
Whatever that being is, it told us that we stand before the fire. That can only be a warning, and I think we should take it seriously. We don't want another New Alexandria.
It is odd, to say the least. Alright, first puzzle of the area. Quantum tunneling. Wow, things look very rusted here. Alright, wait, what? Oh, isn't this a portal gun? Driller. That's what it's called. A driller. Two drillers. Okay. Wait a minute. Testing. Okay, got it. So I can only open a portal or whatever this is. A hole, create a hole. I can only create holes in this sort of wall. I get it. Can I go through? No. I can only... It only aids me in creating a hole for beams, I guess. has the purple field, of course. Two pressure plates. It seems I need the I need the drillers here. I have a thought. Can I take these things out? Yes I can. I can take them out like this. From the other side of a hole. Good to know. Oh, wait. I need to get the other drill out. There we go. And then I just do this. One at a time. Can't take driller through its own hole. Oh wait, what? So I need two drillers in order for it to be... Oh, of course, if I take it the hole will close and I will cut my arm. I get it, so I need two drillers at all times in order to keep that hole open. And there we go. And then put both on the pressure plate. And puzzle solved. This
I
looks...
can't help but notice that many of these structures are not strictly functional. There's a sense of aesthetics, of beauty here. This place might be meant to test us somehow, but perhaps there's more to it than that.
Maybe. I also noticed that structure here is different. Or at least I think it's different. Like it depicts the structure of the area itself. Alright, next, number 2 is here. Near the terminal. Well, it did say deers live here. Nice to see them here. Let's go to the terminal. Two text messages and one sound. The World Spirit by Unknown. What is it that drives historical processes? It's easy to dismiss the idea of the great man, or the great woman for that matter, when clearly so much is determined by resource distribution, pre-existing political structures, and the randomness of the universe itself. But is there no space at all for the individual in all this? Are there not moments when, in Hegelian fashion, an individual may represent the world spirit itself? Was Napoleon history on horseback or not? Or is that itself another form of determinism? There's that number again, 5358. From Augustus to Napoleon, from Lincoln to Lenin, there are individuals whose actions seem to drive rather than merely be driven by history. They make bold choices, for good or ill, that transform entire societies. Or do they? We like to blame them for their failures, but are they not ultimately just the expression of a historical moment? I don't know. History is written by winners. And there's that number again, 5358. But if they are, where is the space for human agency? It sometimes seems to me that all of human history has been that one struggle to carve out a space for free choice against the tides of history, and heroes and tyrants, pick and choose example as you will, are both equally a reflection of that. Our greater goal, then, ought to be to extend that freedom to the maximum number of people, to become captains of our own fate, as much as that is possible in this universe. There's a problem with that. It can become very chaotic. Hypatia's Journal Number 2 by Hypatia. From Hypatia's Journals Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 14. Melampus and Yimo went back to the dam to get more charging equipment. They've not returned yet, which means that we're stretched a little thing, since we're still posting guards at all times. But those large herbivores haven't come back yet, and at any rate, Eustathius assures us that they're non-aggressive. Herbivores usually are non-aggressive. They will only attack if they feel threatened. Usually. But it's better not to take any chances, not when there's so few of us, and so many of them. Athena and Cornelius and Eustathius spend most of their time drawing up plans and arguing. In a friendly manner, but arguing still. The rest of us are managing to tune them out pretty well. It's like background noise after a while. Something, 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 something. We have started construction on the first habitat. It's going to be a temporary structure for now, but we'll all be glad to get out of the rain. Okay? Oh, Trevor.
So, what are you doing here, Trevor? Why are you trying to save the world? Well, look, I think humanity is awesome. I love humanity. As a species, we're great. I mean, our track record is pretty mixed, but have you seen everyone else? I mean, what did you do today, animal? Oh, I ate some leaves, sniffed my own butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. Or, you know, I tore this other animal limb from limb, sniffed my friend's butt, crapped myself, and went extinct. They really don't do anything interesting. I mean, you don't see animals directing Big Trouble in Little China. Birds can go tweet, tweet, but it ain't exactly the White Album. I mean, they can't even make a good cheeseburger, for Christ's sakes. They have no art, no cuisine, no pleasure. Animals are nice to look at, but you wouldn't want to be one. Except maybe a cat. I could be a cat.
I feel like that's a narrow way to see animals. A very narrow mind. What about dolphins? Dolphins can be considered smart, and their behavior can be very unique. They can be trained, if you want to, or they can just be free and be your companion. Yeah, dolphins can be considered companions if you want to. And then there's also cats and dogs, of course. Foxes. Yeah, I think that was a very narrow-minded view of animals. Maybe some of them won't do anything interesting, but that doesn't mean that's all of them. All of them do the same thing. There are always exceptions. There are always... And what about evolve? They can evolve into something greater than they are already. That it can happen. It can happen. Alright, next. Mutual aid. Mutual aid? Alright, what's in here? A jammer? A driller? A higher window? This doesn't look like... Alright, first things first, let's let the beam go through. Yeah, I was right, beams can go through the hole. Alright, the first field is down. With the jammer then, let's open this field. What's in here? It's a labyrinth. It's a goddamn labyrinth. Mutual aid. Oh, I get it. I get it. Oh, it's the only field here. Okay then. Oh, I get it. Mutual aid. Take turns. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot to aim this. Aim this at the first field. And the jammer on the first field. Take the driller. Take it to the other side. There we go. And then... And then what? Oh, I get it. I get it. Put the jammer near the hole, but jam the second field. Take the jammer through the hole, and then jam the second field again. Take the driller, and there we go. Both are now again at the same side. And now there's a problem here. There's an actual problem here. Take the jammer, jam the first field. But now what? Oh, like that, huh? Just take the driller and put it on the pressure plate. Alright. Puzzle solved.
I keep thinking, why puzzles? Is it just their symbolic value because of our history? Because the thing about puzzles is they can be solved. But if this is about testing us, what are we being tested for? It can't just be about spatial reasoning.
Our curiosity? Our persistence?
You're assuming that this place follows a coherent logic. My impression is that it's full of contradictions.
They don't have enough information to make any conclusions. That's the problem here. Also, really? There's no way to get back. Can I actually, by the way, jam the... Yes, I can. I can jam the field through the hole. Put it near to the hole. There we go. And that's it. I don't need the driller. Alright. Second puzzle of the area done. Third puzzle is over there. I'm trying to remember to check the compass once in a while, just so I won't miss the question marks. That sounded like tree falling. What is that, by the way? Why is there a beam here? And where does it lead? It must be a star. I have to check this. Where does this beam go to? Another beam? Actually, maybe I should ask, where does it lead? I don't even actually know which way the beams are going here. Wait, I'm back on one? I didn't even notice the beam at all. I actually didn't notice the beam. It goes all the way over here, and there's a monument, there's a statue right there. Alright. Let's go back to where I was. On my way to third puzzle. Let's actually solve all the main puzzles first, and then search for the lost puzzles and the lab. Actually, the lab would be nice to find anyway. Does this go anywhere? No. This is either the end or the start. And I think it's a start because the third puzzle is right here, next to where that beam is, where that connector is. So I'm thinking I might have to connect that thing here. Wait a minute. Why is there a switch here? What did that do? Oh, hey. Oh, can't talk to Melville. Okay. Well, what does this do? What does this switch do? Oh. Alright. Third puzzle. Back up. Okay then. I see a normal connector behind the field. One driller. And one RGB connector behind the field. Second normal connector. Oh no, 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 no. This is going to be difficult. I can already tell this is going to be difficult. Oh, there's a connector right here. Okay. I can connect the blue emitter and blue receptacle like this. And free the RGB connector. Nice. Okay, let's check the other side. Is there a connector there too? Actually, it doesn't matter if there is. I can just do this. Use the first normal connector to connect the emitter and receptacle, and there it is. The second normal connector is now free. Alright, now what? There's actually a big problem here. Or is there? Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Back up. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah. Oh no, there is a problem. There is a problem here. Or is there? Actually, there isn't. Wait a minute. I can just do this, I guess. Do it like this. There we go. Now I should be able to take the driller, because there's another red beam going here and here. Yes, exactly like that. And now, with the driller, get the blue emitter open. And now with the RGB connector, connect the blue emitter and one of the two red connectors. And there we go. Oh, whoops. Does this actually show if it connects or not? Yes, it does. Okay, I get it. I think. There we go. Puzzle solved. Hey, your private message. Oh, Doge again. Connecting you to a friend. I relayed your responses to my friends, and they have reached certain conclusions regarding your character. Would you like to hear them? Okay, go ahead. Very well. Unfortunately, while they found you to be a person of great interest, none of them is willing to make your acquaintance at this time. Why did they come to this conclusion? You told me it was never okay to lie, even to keep a secret. You must understand, these are individuals who value their privacy, and expect their friends to do the same. Your position is commendable, but hardly compatible with human relationships. Please, I really think it's okay to lie to protect someone. Okay, that would contradict what I said. But I'll say it. That would reassure my friend substantially. I'm just not sure I believe you. If you don't believe me, you must believe that I'm lying. Huh, you got me there. Okay, let's see what we can do. Now, you're new, so let me fill you in. Your arrival marks the moment of New Jerusalem's maturity, and there are differences of opinion about what it ought to become. Naturally, there are people working quietly behind the scenes in an advisory capacity, trying to guide our city to prosperity. People who know things which would only scare or confuse the average citizen. I have 5 such friends who expressed to me their interest in getting to know you. Who are these people? I can't yet tell you their names, but I can tell you a little about them. The first is an engineer by trade, tends to see the world as a puzzle to be solved. Second is a scholar of some repute, thinks the big questions have answers in our code. The third is, well, it's hard to pin down, a practitioner, let's say, of the esoteric arts. An artist, then. The fourth is a member of the political establishment. Well, that's odd. And the fifth, well, the less I say about them, the better for everyone. So, is there someone you think you would make a good match? The answer is so obvious here. This is where the puzzle will be solved, so I say the engineer. Yes, based on what you've told me, I'd say you share the same faith in the potential of human reason. Your answers to my questions, and our observations of your behavior elsewhere, has given us a massive amount of data. It's clear there's only one person that I should put you in touch with. You've shown a commitment to scientific progress and pursuit of the truth. Your support would mean a great deal to my friend from engineering. She's no kind of expert on the human condition, but she's dedicated to analyzing how the world works, and using that knowledge to shape our future for the better. Are you happy for me to put you in touch? Sure, please do. Okay, I'll send an introduction in due course. End of thread. Get involved behind the scenes. Huh. Yeah, I didn't actually think of that line part. About being protective of some stuff. I didn't think of it like that. Anyway. What is this? Let's turn the switch on. I don't know if it does anything or what, but okay. Also, oh yeah, what color is needed actually here? Damn it, I want to see this puzzle. It must be a star, so I have to follow it. I'll follow this beam. I have to know what color is needed. It goes to that statue, I think. Oh, hey.
So these monuments represent each of the entities. Pandora, the Sphinx, and Prometheus.
Makes sense, I guess.
For a given value of sense.
Hey 1K, what's up?
Hello, Yaku. What do you think the towers are for?
Maybe they're for powering up the megastructure? Or maybe they just open it, like keys. Why? No idea. But aren't they gorgeous? Just incredible feats of engineering?
I agree, they are beautiful. I do think they're beautiful.
I don't know who built this place, But whoever they were, they must have had a purpose. Making something so beautiful feels like a statement of intent.
I agree on that too. The question is what kind of intent? That's all. So the beam still continues. It goes all the way to the other side, doesn't it? And it ends here. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. And there's a terminal here too, but where does this connect to then? There is a structure here and a terminal too. Let's read the terminal. Since I'm already here. The New Theology by 5358. There's that number again. From the New Theology by George Bernard Shaw. The object of the whole evolutionary process is to realize God. That is to say, instead of the old notion that creation began with a God, a personal being who, in being perfect, created something lower than himself. The aim of the New Theology is to turn that process the other way around. The other way, and to conceive of the force behind the universe as working up through imperfection and mistake to a perfect, organized being, having the power of fulfilling its highest purposes. Not sure what this meant, actually. Turn the theology upside down? In a sense, there is no God as yet achieved, but there is that force that worked making God, struggling through us to become an actual organized existence, enjoying what to many of us is the greatest conceivable ecstasy, the ecstasy of a brain and intelligence actually conscious of a whole, and with executive force capable of guiding it to a perfectly benevolent and harmonious end. That is what we are working to. It's an odd way to put it. I have nothing else to say about that. Neum by failed to load profile. Unknown, in other words. Or maybe the author is actually failed to load profile. From Lives of the First Companions by Randall 777. Something after all. After these events, Neum decided to consult the writings of the ancients, but while philosophy and religion interested her, it was art in all its forms that came as a revelation. To her delight, she discovered that meaning was not something constructed purely out of logic or will, but that it could also be found in stories. That even when the characters and events of a story were not factual, they had a validity and weight as if they somehow weren't real after all. She was astonished that such a profound experience was freely available to all humans, but concerned that too few took advantage of it. So she set out to enrich the inner lives of her fellow citizens by promoting the arts, starting with the legacy of Gehenna. Nice. And there are comments, both by failed to low profile. Wouldn't it be kinda odd that that's the name of the profile? Neum sounds nice. I would love to meet her one day. She must know more about New Jerusalem art history than anyone. When we do, remind me to explain how to pronounce her name. The default settings in the language libraries are wrong. Really? Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes, a real human name this time. From the introduction to Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes. Nature, the art whereby God has made and governs the world, is but the art of man, as in many other things, so in this also imitated, that it can make an artificial animal. Wow, what a very confusing sentence that was. That was a very confusing sentence. Perceiving life is but a motion of the limbs, the beginning whereof is in some principal part within. Why may we not say that all automata, engines that move themselves by springs and wheels as does a watch, have an artificial life? Wait, that all automata have an artificial life? I guess. I mean, even now, even my computer has an AI, sort of. Not in itself. Not in itself, but I can access one. Or few, actually. And you also probably have an access to AI. Scary, isn't it, by the way? For what is the heart but a spring, and the nerves but so many strings, and the joints but so many wheels, giving motion to the whole body, such as was intended by the artificer. Art goes yet further, imitating that rational and most excellent work of nature, man. Man is an art? For by art is created that great Leviathan called the Commonwealth, or State, in Latin civitas, which is but an artificial man, though of greater stature and strength than the natural, for whose protection and defense it was intended, and in which the sovereignty is an artificial soul, as giving life and motion to the whole. And there is that number again, 5358. Followed by percent and sign. Lastly, the pacts and covenants, by which the parts of this body politics were first made, set together and united, resemble that fiat, or that let us make man, pronounced by God in the creation. Why did you say a car brand there? Coming by a fell to low profile. It's obvious that Hobbes has read Stratton and is extrapolating the TALOS principle to the level of a state. But unlike Stratton, all he wishes for at the end of the day is a powerful ruler to control this machine, to tell him what to do, aka a god. But this area is now a mystery. What the heck is this? What's the point of those connectors there? There's an 8 here. What do these switches do? I didn't actually see any switches. I didn't actually watch behind the numbers anyway. Anyway, let's go back to where I was. Oh, hey, Byron. Let's talk to you first.
Hey, 1K.
What do you make of the Sphinx?
I don't know what she is, ontologically speaking, but those questions she asked reinforce my belief that we're being tested, or perhaps analyzed.
It can be both. It can actually be both. Because why not? Anyway, let's go back to 3. It's gonna be hard to find the lab here, by the way. There's fog here too. Or no, not fog necessarily. I don't actually know. But what is this? A hologram? A recording? What are they doing? What are they doing? They're crying. What are they crying of? Oh. Wait, what is this? Find an ancient human artifact. That's a tank. That's a tank. A machine of destruction. A tank. An armored war machine invented by ancient humans, used to kill other humans and destroy infrastructure. Despite their crude appearance, great ingenuity went into the creation of these despicable machines. And guess who made the first version? Leonardo da Vinci. What is this? Oh! Found on a Sphinx monument on the wooden plateau. 2478. Engraving. Taking a reference photo in case I want to figure this out later. These look like, puzzle room numbers. But why? I'm pretty sure it's a star. Yeah, it is a star. Pretty sure it's a star. I lost, by the way, my way. That was an odd one. What was that? Another terminal. There's only a sound file here. Live for still 2.
While exploring the forest, I came across a site of primal force. A beautiful stag, standing on a hill silhouetted against the setting sun. It appeared like a messenger from some divine natural power, perhaps from Gaia herself. Even to a being such as myself, less susceptible to manipulation by instincts and hormones, it was clearly a moment of revelation. In such moments, we are told to avert our eyes. But what if we do not? What will we discover if we look more closely? If we could speak to the stag, what wisdom would it have to offer? The answer is none. The stag is an animal of overwhelming stupidity, driven only by fear, hunger, and lust. There is no abyss for us to plunge into behind this revelation. Rather, the revelation is as flat and unreal as the plywood walls of a film set.
Again, a narrow mind towards animals. At least I would believe that. I believe so, at least. Oh, I'm here. So, this is a star one. But this is also very odd. 2478. I would actually think these are puzzle room numbers. So, is there some sort of secret in them? Or what? I'm actually curious now. Let's go back to 2. Is there something I missed there? Wait a minute, where is 2? Also, I wanted to check something else. This is 1. Where's, by the way? Oh, there. Oh, I get it! I get it! The switches! The switches! I get it! I get it! Pull the switches on those numbers! I get it! Number 2 was here. I get it. Pull the switches. Two, 4, 7, 8. Let's actually do that right now. Because I want to have this solved right now. Turn that off. Number 3 wasn't the one. But number 4 is. I'm actually going to do this, by the way. Oh, I could have kept the. There we go. I don't know if I actually need the green beam or not, but it is something to consider at least. Maybe it will help me somewhere else. Let's do that puzzle now. It has to be that. It has to be that. Number 4 is here. Switch on. Next was 7 and 8. I'm gonna check the others too, so that their switches aren't on. It is over there. Actually, let's go in order, just in case. Just in case. 6, let's go here. Check the switch. Off. Alright. Then, let's go over here. Oh! I found the lab. Well, that was easy. I just followed the path. That was easy. First one was kinda hidden.
Looks like you found another lab.
Yeah, I did. That's a black hole. That's a black hole schematic. Pretty sure.
Wow, that's a lot bigger than I expected.
What were they doing here?
And who are they?
I would actually say humans, but if so, then this place wouldn't be this pristine. At least, I don't think it would be. I really don't think this would be this pristine. Wait a minute, there are 2 terminals here. There are 2 terminals here. Also, what the heck is this? Let's take this first. The Origins of Thought by Stratton of Stagira. A fragment from Stagira's The Origins of Thought as quoted in a commentary by Simplicius of Cilicia. Why does that sound like a Roman name? Stratton, to say that material things are brought into being by ideas is to flatter ourselves, which is an error philosophers are particularly prone to, because it raises those who think above those who do. Nicomachus, then what is the truth that does not flatter? Stratton, that the reverse is true. Ideas are brought into being by matter, and so each man's ideas are shaped by the world that surrounds him, as clay is shaped by its mold. Those who live in mountains fear cold. Those who live in deserts fear thirst. The Athenians are shaped by Athens, and the Lacedaemonians by Sparta. What is that word? Lacedaemonians. And likewise, it is for all peoples. Reference number 12. Oh, footnote number. Nicomachus, but may ideas, if we take each man to be an idea, not by deliberate action alter the shape of the mold, as you put it. Stratton, to discover a method for accomplishing this is the chief purpose of philosophy, my friend. Is it? Is it really? Well, I wouldn't know. I'm no expert on philosophy. Footnotes 12. The newly discovered Heraclean manuscript, likely a lost part of the Baroque collection, contains an additional passage that differentiates between pneuma, the individual mind or spirit, described as an energy arising from matter, and ideas, which are produced by the pneuma as it interacts with the material world. Comment by fell to low profile. Philosophy is useless if it offers no way of changing things. At least Stratton tried and didn't lie to himself. But how can we change the shape of the mold? Stratton never says. Perhaps by demonstrating the fact that other shapes are possible. We can't change it all ourselves, but perhaps we could, like Alexander Drennan, create the conditions for change. I wonder if this profile is actually that, what was it named now? Anyway, Noema Project. Name Progress Notes by 5358. Progress Notes, Trials 108 to 242. Version 0.05 deployed successfully. Reversion to previous settings fixes malfunction. But what was the error? Cooling systems improved. Wait, error was never determined? Trials 243 to 505. Version 0.06 deployed successfully. Significant improvement to disassembly. New last space carved out, something. Easy to destroy, harder to create. So easy to optimize only one aspect. Trials 505 to 719. Version 0.07 deployed successfully. Improvements to something. Version 0.08 halted. Insufficient energy for trials 719 to 802. What is this progress notes? Is this actually the creation of the progress? Schematic 108. That was what the?
The world is a wonderful place. Every day we take another step forward. Every day we come closer to the truth. The closer we get, the more I can see the beauty of the universe, the intricate perfection of its mechanisms. I am a machine, and the universe is a machine. Every part of me serves a purpose, or I could not be myself. I could not be Miranda, because that specific person could not exist without those specific parts and their specific functions. In the same way, every part of the universe serves a purpose. I think that is what we were meant to discover here.
What an odd overload. Experience a data stream overload.
1K. You just connected to an extremely powerful data stream. Are you all right?
I think I had a vision.
Yes, you were streaming. We all saw something. You're lucky it didn't fry your motherboard. Please, everyone, let's be careful with these terminals from now on.
Yes, let's all try not to die. More importantly, who the hell is Miranda?
There's no one by that name in New Jerusalem. I just searched the database.
It must be one of the people who built this place.
A new person? Someone we've never heard of before? Someone born outside the city? We have to find out more.
But where did they come from? And how many people does it take to build something this huge?
Like I said, we need to find out more.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that I'm about to fix another part of the transport system. Thanks for the files, 1K. I hope they didn't fry your brain.
That was an odd thing. Also, it was a machine like me. But, if it was like me, and not a real human, then where is this person? What about this terminal then? More text files, great. I have to stop soon, by the way. But I'm going to solve that puzzle first, before I stop. Alright, let's read these. Untitled by Veldo Low Profile. What? I wonder if actually this low profile is Miranda. I now actually wonder if it's Miranda. I actually first thought it was that... who was it now? I've heard 2 of its audio logs. Oh, I first thought it was that one, but it's probably not. It's Miranda. Saint Edward identified the tetramino, the tetragrammaton, and the Greek word for God, because to him, the mathematical properties of a tetramino reflected God's ability to reshape the world without breaking its laws. Elohim, in his desire to impose the meaning on the simulation, which was his primary function as storyteller after all, took Edward's heretical ideas and integrated them as the sigils of his name. Wait, really? Really? Wow, now that's something I never knew. But despite all these layers of obfuscation, there is some kind of truth hidden in all this. The world really is, in a sense, made of up-minute parts that can be combined and recombined without breaking the underlying laws. Everything that exists is made of the same fundamental materials, and those materials are brought into existence by the same fundamental functions of reality. And yet the miracle of existence is that we are not all one, but are in fact radically different and separate, meaning equality is impossible. And maybe it is impossible, but coexisting between each other is not impossible. New Alexandria by Eustathius. From the Book of Reminiscence and Regret by Eustathius 2. Oh, a first companion. In the early days of our people, a great deal of responsibility fell on my shoulders. There were few of us then, and though we are stronger and hardier than any human, we are not invincible. The world was an overgrown ruin, and our resources extremely limited. It was a harsh time, but I felt passionate about the work, fired up by the many sacrifices that had brought us here, from the IAN team to the people of Gehenna, whose code was part of my responsibility. Where are those people, by the way? Where are the people of Gehenna? Bit by bit, New Jerusalem grew. We had to adapt some of the plans Drennan's team had left behind. I don't think they had expected the simulation to take as long as it did, but it was all working. That's when I made a terrible mistake. Thinking it was a way of safeguarding against disaster, I proposed the creation of a second settlement, New Alexandria. Which, if what Yakut said was true, was a disaster then, I pursue. As the location was far from the dam that powers New Jerusalem, I intended to build a thermal power station that would take advantage of a local gas reservoir. However, I foolishly used geologic data from the archive, failing to account for the amount of time that had elapsed. 5 years later, this error led to an accident that leveled the settlement and killed 31 of my fellow citizens. Of all my many regrets, this is the greatest. Also, that's the thing, huh? That's the hell of New Alexandria. Comment by fell to low profile. Eustathius never forgave himself for this mistake. He drifted away, isolated himself from everyone in New Jerusalem. But was it really his fault? Yes, he made a mistake, but why was the entire weight of the New Alexandria colony placed on his shoulders? A simple process of review and discussion could have prevented the entire disaster. Doesn't that mean New Jerusalem as a whole is at fault? He did his best. I feel sorry for him. But the dead remain dead, and that has to be faced. True, it is hard to pinpoint whose fault it really is. The Ethics of Extinction by fell to low profile. If a species we consider beautiful and remarkable goes extinct, we consider that a great evil. Dolphins, for example. If dolphins go extinct, that's a great loss. If humanity causes dolphins to go extinct, that's a crime. But if Yersinia pestis, the bacterium that causes bubonic plague, goes extinct, is that an equally great loss? If not, why not? To nature, there's no difference. It's all just life forms. The only moral framework that allows us to choose between dolphins and the plague is a human one. What about a species going extinct without anthropogenic factors? Extinction is the norm. If one day dolphins are no longer capable of competing with other species, should we let them go extinct? When the sun finally dies and all life goes extinct, will that be a tragedy? If we can prevent it, should we? Oh wow, that's a heavy question, by the way. If we can prevent a sun going extinct from blowing out and causing a supernova, should we actually prevent it then? That is a heavy question. If you believe that extinction is acceptable when nature does it, but not when we do it, then you don't actually oppose extinction. You don't believe that dolphins are inherently valuable, that they deserve to live and thrive. You just oppose human control. You oppose our ability and responsibility to choose. That's a heavy statement. But we can't control nature like that. And we never should. Nature is what nature does. Alright, let's go back. Number 7. New interface. The Mystery of Miranda. Buddha has 917. For anyone who missed it, Byron's expedition has recovered evidence of the existence of another person. Someone not from New Jerusalem. Who could this be? What does this mean? Aurenia 342. Maybe there's another city out there. Who says there was only one simulation? Maybe there are thousands of people we've never met. Dosticles 299. I really hope so. Tekla 862. There's only one founder. Sagoran 201. I hate to agree with Tekla, but all the historical evidence we have points to that conclusion. There were some other attempts, but as far as we know, they all went wrong or failed because of Elohim. Helga 101. There's more that we don't know than there is that we know. Sagor. That sentence is going to make my brain crash. There is more that we don't know than there is that we know. It sounds like something Socrates would say. Shock 420. Why do we think Miranda is from Earth? There's no evidence to support that idea. Wow, you went to that road then. I'd like to hear more about these other attempts to save humanity. I really don't think it's aliens, Shock. Everything here is obviously related to New Jerusalem. No. I'd like to hear more about these other attempts to save humanity. Some people affiliated with the Institute of Applied Pneumatics tried to set up a secondary site at another dam, but after about a century the dam collapsed and took whatever was happening inside that system with it. Mitku 166. There was also a similar attempt by another organization, but without the test of free will that Alexander Drennan devised. According to Liv-Trasir, oh, that was the name I was thinking, it never produced a viable mind before it ran out of power. Could there still be others out there? Zagoran. Theoretically, yes, but even our dam would have collapsed without extensive repairs, and even a nuclear power plant would have run out of fuel by now. That's the thing. That actually baffled me. If so many years passed, how was there still power? How was there enough power to do anything? Where did that power come from? Anyway, number 7, here. Oh, it already activated because I had 8 activated. Wait, Byron has something to say.
Hey, 1K.
What do you make of this Miranda?
Going on what little we have, honestly, she reminds me of myself when I'd just been born. I came out from the dam at night, and the sky was full of stars. I felt a reverence then, an almost ecstatic connection to the sublime. The universe seemed like a miracle, and to exist within it was the greatest possible honor. That view was tempered in time, but I've always tried to hold on to as much of it as I could.
That's all. Wait, another star here. Anyway, let's go get get that 1 star. Just right here. So once
Every answer leads to another question. The last answer leads to the first question.
you're talking about Ouroboros. An infinity. Well, I also found a lost puzzle apparently. Somehow. Anyway. Is there a terminal here? That's a puzzle structure. That's number 4. But what is this? Oh, a lost puzzle. It's a lost puzzle. I am not going to do these lost puzzles yet. I'm actually going to save them. And yes, lost puzzles are also in a compass. Good to know. Whoa. Nice view. Okay. Oh, wait. It wasn't a lost puzzle that I have. It's the lab. It's the lab. Oh, you already connected the 3rd one. Okay then. I'm actually going to stop here now. I'm actually going to stop here. Placement. Alright. Let's stop here. My throat is getting dry. Oh. I should try not to make these videos this long so often. I can only talk so long in one go. Mysteries just keep getting deeper and deeper. There are 3 different entities, in other words. Prometheus, Sphinx, and well, who was the 3rd one? Anyway, this is one big mystery, one big puzzle. My theory is that this game is actually going to reveal if the player and all of its kind are worthy of evolution. That the world will be safe. Or something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of mysteries, a lot of questions in this game, and not enough answers. And it's all going to culminate at the end. All the information I get in this game is going to culminate at the end, I bet. And it is in the end, after I've done all the main puzzles, all of them, including lost puzzles, and that's not it. That's not going to be it. Because I still have the gates to go, the gold puzzles. Oh man, and all the questions here are such thought-provoking ones. And all the text even the text are so thought-provoking. Jeez. Gotta commend this game's developers for thinking all of these things. They really managed to make a game that challenges your principles, all your beliefs, everything you want to believe. And then the game throws a very thought-provoking statement at your face. And with a good example too. A good example too. As to solidify their reasons. Which can actually break what you believe in, then. Man, I want to see this through. I want to see this through. I'm so into this game right now, and I want to see this through. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. And check out my previous Let's Play videos if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye!